now I gotta go. I'm looking back, they not even close. I had a 4, now I need a ghost. I got a wave like I'm on the coast. 6 months of doubt and I dare the show. So the way that I'm balling, they think I'm a pro. I'm getting sick by the money I gross. They saying whoa, I told them all what this is. I told them all I don't miss. Said it's my time, look at this shit on my wrist. And when they shooting this breaks, I'm going in. In a new gig, gotta shift. I cannot.
And we are back at the Munich Audi Dome for the Adidas Next Generation Tournament. I'm Kevin Gillikin alongside Niels Jaeger, who I've been told he is the Munich basketball guy. So anyone watching this stream, if you have any questions for Niels, go ahead and hit us up, comment on the Twitch live stream, and we'll do our best to answer your questions. So the game today right now is FC Bayern Munich versus Athens. Both teams come into this game with 1 loss apiece, looking to win out today. This is a big game for both teams. Unfortunately for both teams as well, Zalgiris Kaunas won their game this morning, which puts them at 2 wins, and it makes it so Bayern and Athens cannot finish in first place in Group B. However, I think it's going to be a good game. How do you feel about this, Niels?
Yeah, really looking forward to it. I mean, we have a traditional European basketball powerhouse in Panathinaikos here, and number 20, I still have to get used to pronouncing his name, actually, so bear with me for now, has been one of the best players of the tournament so far, so I'm really looking forward to see him. On Bayern's side, number 8, Desmond Yamu has been the guy to watch, so yeah, really looking forward to this game.
Well, interesting to see Yamu out starting today at center instead of Onikwere, who started yesterday's game, had early foul trouble, so perhaps that is the thought there to save him a bit. Onikwere, also known as Nico, a little bit easier for us to say, big man, near 7-footer, but Yamu will start. As Neil said, Simon Turov, number 20, who has the ball at the moment, 23 points. As the shot is up, no good from 3. Rebound by Dolic. Simon Turov, big man, lanky, good footwork under the basket. You'll see him mostly at work in the paint as that ball is lost out of bounds. Last touch by Falkenthal of FC Bayern.
FC Bayern with a lot of easy mistakes in last night's game too. We're hoping that they can turn some of those off during the course of this game.
Well, and as we get rolling here again with commentary, as there's a shot from outside from the big man. Didn't see that much in the first game. Athens lost. You see another turnover. They're going to say that went out on Bayern. Again, a sloppy play. Bayern needs to slow things down a little bit. Athens lost their first game against the next generation team Munich, who this morning just lost a very tight game to Zalgiris Kaunas. It really, I think you put Group B in a very tight fight for places 2, 3, and 4. I think it's going to be very interesting. This should be a good and even game. Inside, foul. Shot is up.
What a circus shot here.
Sometimes you're winging a prayer. You throw it up and hope it goes in, and that time it did. Vasil Antona with 2 and a chance to make it 3.
Yesterday in the first game we saw of FC Bayern, they were not particularly good with the ball. A lot of easy turnovers. Not a very good shooting percentage day for FC Bayern. But they managed to hang in there with Kaunas during the whole course of the game, which was actually kind of a surprise. They were a little bit undermanned. Let's see what happens here against Panathinaikos today.
Yeah, I think if there was a word I would use for Bayern in their last game, as there's another turnover on a travel, it was scrappy. It was not pretty, didn't look good, didn't make many shots, but they stayed in it. As you say, they're tough. They kept fighting. I think that's what you're going to see here today, and I think that it's an interesting group. But we talked about this yesterday in the game, Niels, and you're very closely connected with this Bayern team because, well, it's not just FC Bayern. They're in combination with IBAM. Maybe you can explain a little bit of what that means to the people listening.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun collaboration going on here on the FC Bayern squad. So
Yamu underneath, nice shot.
Munich has two top teams, FC Bayern being one of them and Kicks IBAN being the other team. And what they did here for this tournament was to kind of combine both teams together. There's four players from the Kicks IBAN side. IBAN stands for International Basketball Academy Munich, playing on this team here today. And they have one more, rented player with number 4. That's Falkenberg, who they rented as a point guard from the team in Eastern Germany called Jena. So he's only here for this tournament and to gather some experience, and of course that's very valuable for all these players, for all these young players over here to show their skills and to be seen by the scouts. I was talking to some of them earlier before, and it seems like we really have even some NBA scouts in the building today. There's one guy from the Boston Celtics, one guy from Oklahoma, and there's another guy I saw from FC Barcelona, and those are just the guys I recognize. So there's a lot of scouts in the building today looking for the next generation talent.
Well, and as we've seen in the last 20 years of this tournament, there has been a lot of talent to pass through. As many know, Luka Doncic, Victor Wembanyama, just some really star players. Much of the EuroLeague is made up from players who came through this tournament. So you're watching players right now who will unquestionably be part of European basketball for years to come. And that is really a part of what makes this entire event so special. Falkenthal with the 3 in and out.
And some of them, like the guy with the ball right now, number 20, Samanturo, he's already actually playing for the professional team in Panathinaikos. He already has some experience with the first men's team. So you may know him recognize him from there.
That shot is up, rolls out. Yamu with the rebound. Bayern, unfortunately, had a couple of their top players who have also reached the professional level injured. That's part of why they had this combination with an arch rival with IBAN. Ivan Karkenkov, unfortunately injured. One of the youngest player ever to play in the BBL, in the Bundesliga. Unfortunately unable to play in the tournament with an injury.
It was a close call for him. He's going to be back in action in a week or two, they say, but it's too bad he can't be with us today, Ivan Karchenko. And then the other guy, Martin Kalu, a big talent from FC Bayern Munich, who has a long-term injury, I think in his knee.
As we see another turnover for Bayern, it's a very similar start to the last game. That neither team can really score. I mean, the last game for Bayern.
Wow! You went right over him.
There's a highlight play from a highlight player. Saman Turov has really impressed in his first 2 games, and you see why there. As he gets a steal, up ahead, and laid up and in. So 2 big plays from Saman Turov, and you will see a quick whistle from head coach Paolo Prestes, and we will be right back after this break. And we're back in the Audi Dome. First quarter action here. Athens versus FC Bayern. Bayern a bit sloppy here so far. They've had several turnovers. A highlight dunk also from Saman Turov, number 20 of Athens. He's a player to watch today and the rest of the tournament. Young talent that is going places. Already has had some action with the pros in Greece.
He seems like he can do it all. He's super lanky, super tall. He can shoot, he can dunk, he can rebound. He's kind of the complete package already.
The shot is up, rebounded by Athens. Of course, Athens in green, Bayern in white and gold. As Athens takes it up, another shot from outside. And that looked like that went off of Bayern. Nope, they're going to say that was off Athens. The Athens bench didn't like it, but as we all know, that doesn't matter in the game of basketball. As we see the big man, Onikwere, Nico, number 16. Let's see what he can do against Samanturov.
Interesting story about this guy. He only started playing basketball about 2 years ago. He's from Nigeria. He came to Munich by way of Belgrade. And he hasn't played a lot of organized basketball, but as you can tell just from his frame, he's going to be quite a player. And it was really nice to see yesterday that he already has a good touch on his shot, which is surprising after just so little time of actually playing organized basketball.
Absolutely. He really looks fluid from the free throw line. And boy, that's something that you just imagine some of the scouts are watching this guy closely, because maybe there's always that dream, right? That wish of, look at all the potential he has, all the talent he could have. Clean him up, coach him up, give him some time, give him some reps, and that guy could be something special. And you imagine that's what people are thinking here.
And as you know, you can't teach height, and this guy's 2'16", the tallest guy on the floor right now.
Right.
So let's see if he can put that advantage to work.
And he's got a big body too. He's not as thin as some of these other tall players. There's another turnover from Bayern. Up ahead, Athens, up and no good, but a foul. Well, you imagine that the Bayern players are going to get a talking to here pretty soon. They have been way too loose with the ball and still only down by 5. Bit fortunate. As on for the first time, back I should say, is Dolic. Dolic comes back into the game. As does Varner, number 13.
He was really a fun player to watch yesterday. So if you guys want to keep your eyes on him, number 3, Dominik Dolic. He was very active on the defensive end, really pesky defender, stole some pockets and got some easy layups that way. He took on a lot of responsibility in last night's game and played quite well.
First free throw goes in for Atanasopu. Second one is good as well. Bayern needs to find their offense from somewhere. They had a bit of a struggle yesterday as well. Making shots were not good from the free throw line.
I asked Coach Prestis before the game why he thought they weren't making any shots yesterday, and he just said it's just young players being nervous who haven't played on this kind of stage before, against players of this caliber before, against top-ranked teams, and they were just nervous.
Well, there were a lot of finishes that Bayern just couldn't make, as you see Samanturov finish, and I think that's something that Bayern really has to fix. They had a lot of layups, and you just saw one a minute ago from Nico as well, that you get to the rim, you get a shot up, and just cannot put it home. As Dolic passes it out, ball goes in and out, rebound to Samanturov. Long outlet pass, dangerous and knocked away by Bayern. Just a reminder that during this tournament, there is alongside it a coaching clinic as it's stolen away by Bayern. Dolinsek. Three-pointer is up and very long. Rebound falls to Bayern. Up and no good. Rebound back to Athens. This coaching clinic is headed by Pablo Lasso, a 2-time EuroLeague championship coach, as well as many others. Experts in the field of coaching, statistics, rehab. You can sign up still, as a travel is called. Go to www.euroleaguebasketball.net or to the FC Bayern website. Sign up and partake in this fantastic coaching clinic with some of the best coaches in all of basketball. Dolic, dribble drive, handed off and dropped. Nico couldn't hold on to it. Nice pass by Dolic. And again, the ball is turned over by Bayern. Bayern has 2 points in 6 minutes. That is not the start you wanted if you're head coach Prestes. Samanturov off his foot. Almost goes back into the backcourt. Doesn't. And he turns it over. The coaches for the coaching clinic are watching this one with high scrutiny. It's not been pretty so far. Dolic looking to change things for Bayern. He gets the screen from Nico. Dolic goes around, back to Nico in the middle. Nice pass, and it is a foul on the attempt. Nice pass by Dolic, and you can tell they're trying to feed Nico inside. I think that's a good idea. Get the big man under the rim and try to get Samanturov in foul trouble.
They got lucky on that call. It looked kind of clean to me, but it's one of those situations where the refs just, they like to blow the whistle now and again.
Let's see that clean free throw form here from the big man. As we were saying yesterday, Shaquille O'Neal could take some tips from this guy.
Yeah, they desperately need the points. I mean, it's 11-2 already, so Bayern is going to want to make sure that Panathinaikos doesn't get away early, but still can't connect.
Well, and as a team, I think you talked to coaches yesterday. I mean, as a team, you get into kind of a funk, right? You just get, nothing's dropping, as we see there. Nothing will drop. That looks like a lane violation.
Yeah, it's kind of contagious. If the guys around you don't make the shots, then sometimes you're likely to miss them too, and that's, I think, what's happening here. They get nervous.
They're still only down by 8. I mean, it is definitely not a crazy lead here for Athens. They've done a good job on defense, holding them to 11 points in the first 6.5 minutes. So really, if you're Bayern, you just need some shots to fall. Somebody needs to get hot. Athens passes it around the horn. Avdalas with the ball, shoots it from way outside. And it goes wide. Avdalas led the team with 8 assists yesterday. 8 points as well. He's one of the top players to watch for Athens. Good distributor, good with the ball. Dolic. Dolinsek inside, looking for space, can't find it. The shot is not counted.
It seems to be kind of typical, unfortunately, for the game so far. It's the one time he hits the shot, but he was standing on the line with his foot. So it's Panathinaikos ball.
We saw that several times yesterday as well. Just kind of sloppy footwork.
It seems weird because actually this is their home turf. They've been able to practice on this floor over the course of the last couple of weeks.
Bayern up ahead to the rim and a foul. So Wolf will head to the free throw line.
Ivan Wolf, he didn't get much action yesterday, if any at all. I didn't see him play yesterday, but he's in the game now.
Wolf played for 2 minutes. If you want to follow the statistics, you can go to EuroLeagueBasketball.net. Head over to the Game Center. They have most of the stats live. I think there's also an app. We discussed that yesterday. If you're on your cell phone. 11-5. Bayern right in this thing. Avdalas. Tight Munich defense, forces a 3, and he drills it.
That's dangerous and hard to defend if you have two players like 20 and 21 who are so tall and so good from the outside. That's really hard to defend because they can hurt you from outside or inside.
That shot is up from Wolf and short. Nice rebound by Nico. Up and no good. Gets his own rebound again. And slams it home.
The big man. With authority. That's nice to see. That's nice to see. A little bit more of that, please.
There is that raw, absolute talent and size in the inside. Couldn't put it away at first. And then decided, okay, you know what? If the layup's not going to work, I'm just going to slam it home. He'll take that every time.
as Desmond Yamu checks back into the game, number 8. He also has an interesting story. He's new in Munich. He's actually a refugee from Ukraine who came over here with his family, and international player for the Ukraine who has now found a new home in Munich due to the war. But he seems to feel right at home.
Yeah, it's an awesome story here in Munich. I think this kind of a mishmash group, a bunch of players coming from all over the place to compete in this tournament and play together. Some players to find a home, as you say, with Yamu. Very talented big man. Dolic with the handle and the shot. That's long. Rebound goes long, but Athens has it. Avdalas up ahead. Kustenis thought about a shot, didn't take it. They reset, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Kustenis inside. Avdalas again, looks for space inside. And the shot from deep, rebound Yamu.
That was well played. Fast break here now for FC Bayern. And he gets the layup.
That's Wolf. Here we go. Bayern is starting to heat up. You just could feel they needed a bit of confidence, and I think they've got it. Down by 5 here in the first. Low scoring first quarter, 14-9, Athens in the lead. Zervos to the rim, didn't take it. Rebound Yamu. Yamu, powerful under the basket. Been very good on the defensive rebounds. Shot is up and no good. Good take. Didn't fall. Avdalas, 26 seconds left in the first. And that is up and no good. Had an easy shot at it and gets his own rebound. That's Zervos. 18 seconds left. Bayern down by 7.
Servus is a funny name for a Greek guy playing in Bavaria. As you know, Servus means like hello or hi in German and in Bavarian.
You gotta go shake his hand. Servus.
Servus.
The shot is up and it doesn't fall. Rebound Yamu, but time expires on the first quarter. Well, it wasn't pretty. 16 for Athens, 9 for FC Bayern basketball. We'll be back after a quick break for the second quarter at the Audi Dome.
Started as an East Coast vibe, now I'm going worldwide, we got this bitch going crazy. I used to take the Mazda for a drive, now I'm on the 405 like it's fuck you, pay me. We really sick of standing outside, had to push them all aside, it's what you get for trying to play me. I bet they make a movie when I die, just to talk about my life, they need an actor to portray me. I got this motherfucker clear like an eye drop. I got elevator flow, I'm on a high top. I got little something stacked like an IHOP. This is 05, you will put it on your iPod. I'ma give you something that you can't forget. Put the price up, baby, add the tax a bit. Know you saw the comma, thought it was an accident. Well, it wasn't.
And we are back at the Munich Audi Dome for the Adidas Next Generation Tournament. And as we start the second quarter, we had a great question for Niels. Niels, I want to ask you this. This is from Lucas, 1986. Who do you think is the best Munich-born player, either ever or in the last 20 years? What would you say to that?
It sounds like kind of a trick question. There were some players from Munich who actually even played in the NBA in the 80s, like Welp or Uwe Blab, both players who played in Munich. But I think in the last 20 years, the guys that I would mention here are actually two brothers, Oscar da Silva and Tristan da Silva, who one of which is currently playing in college at the University of Colorado. The younger brother Tristan, and the older brother Oscar da Silva went to Stanford, had a great career there, and then played briefly for Berlin and Ludwigsburg, and is now currently with FC Barcelona. So two brothers da Silva who have a big future in basketball, I think, as do many of these next generation players we're watching here today.
Yamu with another rebound and a foul called, I believe, on Munich. I was so interested in your story, I missed the call, but
That's okay.
the foul was called, and Athens will go to the line. Kostenis. When I have to say, you know, for De Silva's, I am. I'm sorry, not at the line. Abdallas. I am a Colorado boy, so that's pretty cool to have that Munich-Colorado connection. Nice take inside, wouldn't go. Lands somehow to Athens, and he goes back up, blocked. Oh, and a foul called on Yamu. Tough foul again, could have gone either way, but a strong defensive play. You gotta love that strength in the inside from Yamu. But Samantarov will shoot two.
Let me just check the size on this guy. Samantarov.
Big man, good looking shot.
2'10", he's 2 meters 10.
A big man, wow. And lanky, you saw him on that dunk really extend with those long arms. Puts in two. One of the top scorers so far in the tournament on a per game basis. They've only played one game, as well as Bayern. Yamu underneath, up and short. Rebound falls to Dolic for Bayern. Dolic looking for Yamu underneath. Good pass, up and blocked. They're looking for Yamu underneath, just cannot finish. Bayern down by 9.
Kind of felt like a foul to me on that one, but he didn't get the whistle.
Abdallas controls. Pass inside. Oh, looked like tight defense, but a foul called on Varner.
Yeah, he reached around him. It was just a stupid mistake. The ref was standing right next to him. That's something you can do when the ref is standing, you know, a couple of meters away. But when he's right next to you, he's going to catch that.
4 team fouls in the first minute 15 for Bayern.
Oh, here comes one of my favorite players, Mr. Brunetto from Italy. Good shooter for his size.
Good shooter, long and very lanky. We saw him in the first game as the shot is poured in by Kostenis. Brunetto, dangerous from distance. We'll see if they try to get him some looks from deep. There he is with the ball. Dolic now. Dolic looking for an outlet. Nice pass under the basket. And he can't finish, but Yamu has it. Great pass from Dolic. Yamu there to clean things up. 20-11.
I'm surprised to say we have not seen Luka Pezic come off the bench yet. We're almost midway through the second quarter, and you know he's basically one of their most important point guards, but we haven't seen him yet.
And it's interesting, especially as you see Falkenthal with 3 early fouls, one of their top point guards, leading scorer from the first game with 13 points. The lone E from Eastern Germany. Athens with the ball, 9-point lead here in the second quarter, early on. Shot from Abdallas is up, no good. Rebound tipped out by Brunetto. Dolic controls. Looking for space inside. Brunetto needs an outlet. Dolic has it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Tough shot from deep, goes very long. Bayern needs to have a little more movement off the ball. They're getting a little bit clogged up on the inside. Abdallas. Samantarov takes it inside, big step, and floats it up and
nice. Really smooth move by the big fella.
Well, he has a nice touch, Samantarov. We see why he had one of the best index ratings from the day yesterday. Brunetto, that's short. Nice tip out.
Come on, take another one.
Rusendorf kept things alive. Dolic now has it. Dolic step back, looks for an opening inside, takes it to the basket, lays it up and in.
He's making a lot of good decisions, this guy, Dolic. Like his game.
Except for that one. You spoke too soon. Foul on the perimeter. That is the 5th team foul.
And here comes Jeremy Kolev, one of the players that was borrowed from the Kick CBAM side. Young guy who played for Alba Berlin last year. He has Bulgarian roots. He's kind of an interesting player. He doesn't look super athletic at first glance, but he is. He's got a lot of strength in his legs. He's super leaping ability and a nice shooting touch too.
As Avdalis pours in his first free throw to take a 10-point lead for Athens. Foul trouble here early for Bayern. Yamu's got 2, Falkenthal with 3. The team has 5. Athens with 0 here in the first half, or excuse me, in the second quarter.
And here comes Luka Pezic, the point guard. He, of course, is the son of FC Bayern general manager Marko Pezic and the grandson of coaching legend Svetislav Pezic.
And I believe, I heard somewhere that Grandpa Pezic is one of the coaches for the coaching clinic here in the Audi Dome.
Yeah, I've seen him around. He's here.
So again, just absolute class as again stepped out of bounds. How many times has that happened to Bayern in the last 2 days? That just seems like 5 or 6 times now. They step out.
Coach Prestes is calm and collected, but now he's raising his voice.
Big man, I would not want him yelling at me. That is a big man over there. I would be slightly intimidated. Inside, nice pass and a great finish. Boy, Simon Turov just, you get that ball inside to him, and he finds a way to get it in.
He already has 10 points, leading all scorers in the game.
He just might be one of those special players we're watching here in this tournament. I could see him going places. Take inside, up and in. Nice job by Kolev.
Strong move by Kolev, yeah.
Bayern needs to do more of that. Get some foul trouble, if nothing else. Down by 11 here with 6 minutes to play. As it's put up and in. By Athens. 13-point lead. We got a great slate of games today. My top game personally coming up next after this one. As a pass inside goes off Yamu. Alba Berlin faces off against Real Madrid. At 1 o'clock Munich time. That is going to be a good one. And as we take a quick timeout, we'll be back in just a minute.
They just think they are. Another little wannabe gangster trying to play hard. Ding dong, they just think they are. Another little wannabe gangster trying to play hard. Woo.
And we're back with basketball, youth basketball under 18, the Adidas Next Generation Tournament at the Audi Dome in Munich. 5 minutes 35 left to play in the second quarter. Athens has a 13-point lead, 28-15. Bayern has not played a good first half. I'm sure Coach Prestes would agree. Pretty sloppy on offense. Hanging on a bit on defense. You see big man Onikwere back out there. Pass outside, nice steal. Here we go. Fast break attempt. Looked like a foul, not called, but points count. That's Grusendorf. That's what Bayern needs. They need some fast points here with 5 minutes to play. They need some momentum. Pass inside, nice take.
Ooh.
Went straight up, got his own rebound, and the shot goes in.
You got to have confidence to do that. He obviously does.
Nice little jump shot. As we see Pesic. Brunetto traveled. Brunetto with 2 turnovers here in the last few possessions. As we see Dolic about to check back in, and he will replace Brunetto. Those long, lanky legs getting him in trouble. Sementurov will wait as his team also makes a substitution as Tuliatos comes on the court. Tuliatos. Sementurov wants the 3, takes the 3, misses the 3. He's 0 for 3 from 3. He might want to just go back to doing what he does best under the basket. Dolic. 2 point guards on the floor with Dolic and Pesic. A very sloppy pass.
The big man was open for a second, but he's caught him too late.
Up ahead, under the basket, puts it
Oh.
up and no good. Athens had a chance, and the foul is called.
Obviously, they're scared to shoot in Nico's face, as you can tell. They're kind of getting nervous on the release of those shots when the 2'16" guy gets close to them.
Well, he got up in the air, got called for the foul. And 2 free throws coming for Servos.
Kalispera to everybody watching and listening from Greece, by the way. I hope there's a lot of Greek basketball fans tuning in. So if you guys from Greece have anything to tell us, how's the weather over there? If you have any questions, hop onto the chat and let us know.
We got a snowy day over here in Munich. I doubt it's too snowy over in Athens, I would imagine.
Probably not.
Probably
Who knows?
not. You never know.
It's been known to happen.
Free throws are up and good. 15-point lead for Athens. 32-17. Yeah, let us know in the Twitch live stream where you're watching from. We'd be really curious. I imagine we got some Germans. We had some people from Saudi Arabia yesterday. We appreciate all of you being here. Spin move, nice take. Kolev can't fall. It just...
And then, of course, I'm sure there's lots of international scouts and agencies looking on
it's up and good.
to get a feel for the new talent. The lead is getting bigger and bigger here, 35-17 for Athens. It's going to be hard to come back for Bayern. They have not had much luck here so far.
Shot is up and short. Bayern has had almost no luck as a foul is called on Nico.
He was going to dunk that one, but Nico was like,
Nope.
I'm not getting on the wrong side of the poster right here, even if it costs me my second foul.
Props to Sementurov for having the guts to go up against the big man.
Oh, I hope
Nico,
he's okay.
As he is still down on the floor. He looks like he's getting up. Yep, he's getting up. A bit hobbly. We don't like to see that. Definitely one of the top players in this tournament
Best
so far.
player on the floor here so far.
10 points. Gets back up from his injury and hits a free throw.
That's the stuff that legends are made of.
Exactly. Rebound falls to Nico. 19-point lead. Bayern needs something. That's not it.
Big man dribbling up court usually sounds like the second or third best player.
And I imagine Coach Prestes feels the same. He's going to talk with his team about it, and we will be back in just a few moments.
I just do see you later, no goodbyes. New flows, new highs, through the dark clouds, see the blue skies. It will be I, just you wait. It's a new day, ride in the storm like a new wave. Shake, 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 move it to the beat now. Got the heat now, deep down, we know. Dive right in, let's go. Move forward and dip in the toe. Let the rhythm take control. It's going down tonight, yeah. Dive right in, let's go. Move forward and dip in the toe. Let the rhythm take control.
And we're back at the Audi Dome. Athens up big so far, 19-point lead over FC Bayern. Bayern has 14 turnovers here in the first half, 0 for 9 from 3, 43% from the floor. They're going to have to step it up if they want to play in this one. This is Semen Turov. Gets it back under the basket. Strong, can't finish.
And that's Philip Rose in the game. Somebody we haven't seen yet, number 13.
Yamu just can't drop it. Gets his own rebound. Strong, and Semen Turov gets the steal. Still unable to finish at the rim. Up ahead for Athens. Lays it up. No good. And a basket rim interference called on Athens. So the ball will go back to FC Bayern. This is Dolic.
Dolic, the energizer.
Dolic controls it. Now Yamu. Pesic. Pesic loses it. Ball on the ground.
And it's Bayern ball.
Bayern ball, pushing foul called on Athens. That's the first foul of the quarter.
Bayern already with 5.
Bayern ball, just waiting for the officials, deciding which side to take the ball out on. Pesic to inbound. Officials are waiting on something. Looks like they got something at the scoring table. I don't know.
I think Dolic was just tying his shoe. He's good to go. Philip Rose with the spin.
Yamu finally puts it in. Yamu with 6 points.
Big guy Philip Rose has been unlucky yesterday too. He had 3 or 4 easy layups. Maybe not easy. It was physical contact, but he wasn't able to connect. And the story seems to continue today.
Up and in a foul. That's Semen Turov. 21-point lead.
This guy, he just comes so easy to him. It seems kind of effortless the way he's scoring here today. He's, of course, scoring a lot in traffic and making tough shots, but something about his game that makes it seem really easy.
Very smooth, and as you say, just very in control under the basket. Dolic, 2 minutes left in the first half. Dolic, foul.
And he goes to the line.
Bayern taking part in the ANGT for the 8th time, hosting it for the 4th, first time since 2020. Fun atmosphere at the Audi Dome.
You've seen all teams here. Kevin, who would you say is the consummate favorite? I mean, everybody's talking Real Madrid. I mean, I think they have yet to lose a qualifying here at the ANGT, so I think that's the big favorite.
I think you have to say Real. I think they've averaged their victories by around 35 points. I tell you, though, the game coming up next against Alba Berlin, that's going to be a test because Alba has been absolutely brilliant. They've got a couple stars on their team. Kyle, they've got Roof, 2 guys who look absolutely excellent, 2 of the best players I've seen at this tournament. They play really well as a team. They're big, they're long, they shoot well. I think Alba is going to give Real a run for their money. I could be wrong. Real is the favorite. There's just no question about it. The shot's up and good. Avdalas drills it from 3. And I think that those are the 2 teams. And again, they're in the same group. So they're both in Group A. So they're going to play each other once. And I think as the ball is stolen away from Yamu, breakaway and a dunk forward to the Atos as things are starting to get ugly here.
Kind of feeling like a drubbing here.
Foul is called as it looks like there's a bit of a frustration on the side of Dolic?
Well, at least he's showing that he's not going to get pushed around. I think that's always a good sign. I mean, Panathinaikos is leading by 25 points here, and we're not even haven't finished the first half yet. So at least there's some life in him, you know. He's
True.
showing some life.
Well, there have been crazier things to happen. There's a ton of time left in the game. You just have to chip away. Don't let it get bigger. Chip away 2 points at a time. 54 seconds left. That's not going to do it. Stolen away and laid up and in. Pesic had his pocket picked. 27-point lead. Pesic controls, has it knocked away again, but it will stay with Bayern.
And he's got to stay calm.
As you said, when you start getting beat like this in the first half, it's so easy to lose composure and to kind of give up, drop your head. This is where coaching really comes in as the ball goes out off Bayern. Can Coach Prestes keep his team in this game? 33 seconds left here to go in the first half. We'll be right back. And we're back. 33 seconds left to play here in the first half. And it's not been a good half for FC Bayern. Down 27 points to Athens. They've put up 20 points, 16 turnovers. But the game ain't over yet. There's a lot of basketball left to be played. And again, we're going to see at halftime what Coach Prestes can say to his team to keep them in this game. It is not over. Tons of time. Keep your heads up. Don't let the deficit grow. 22 seconds. 11 on the shot clock. Avdalas. Dribble drive, takes it with his left hand, shot up and in. Wow. Tough shot, drops for Avdalas. He's got 10. Falkenthal back on the floor, and he's fouled on the perimeter. 2 seconds left. Fourth team foul for Athens. Inbound pass coming. Avdalas will head off as Pumazatos comes on for him. Both to inbound.
Bayern hasn't played well, but we have to hand it to the Panathinaikos team who has played really well. I mean,
Absolutely.
This is a 27-point whooping in the first half. It's rare that the games are this one-sided.
100%. No, and a really, really balanced game. Shot is up and short from Bayern. Samanturov, 13 points. Avdalas has got 10. Zervos has 7. It's been very balanced from Athens. And we will go into the second half with a big lead, 49 Athens, 20 FC Bayern. We'll be back after this halftime break, which will be approximately 10 minutes. So don't go anywhere. Stay right here. We'll be back.
immer live dabei. Deine App.
Marcelo Hunter.
Werde Teil des Teams und lade jetzt die kostenlose FCBB-App runter.
None of you people can tell me to stop. Lower the lights down, hand over my crown, hand over my heart. I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop. Turning the track up, I'll never go back down. Hand over my heart, I do this for my town, I do this for my crowd. So turn me up real loud. My time. None of you people can tell me to stop.
Bist du nervenstark und ein Powerplayer? Hast du Führungskraft? Wie eine echte Maschine? Dann sei ein Gamechanger bei der BayWa.
He be riding on the wave, I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pine's ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Time's money, money pays. You ain't ready for the 8th. She ain't ready for the 8th. He be riding on the wave, I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pine's ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Time's money, money pays. You ain't ready for the 8th. She ain't ready for the 8th. Mad as savage, in me back and I'm back and it happening, ready to blow. I remember doing deeds with Deji from the street, they left me on my own. Mom kept asking me about how I got the P, I told her leave him mum and grow. Then they're ringing off my phone, then they're ringing off my phone. Times change, but mine's made though. I ain't got line patience, tried then though. Light bait, just come close, but swear that. Went ghost with a hurt pack, never boast loud. Get your bird whacked in my condo where I birth tracks with the gang. Catch that for the gram, snap that for the man. These dudes do the most, no money in the hand. I ain't never had to feel away. Rhyme steady on the feel the wind. Occupation make it either way. Never worry cause I can. Back chat from the whack gang. Took charge when they sack man. Passport when a milestone. Make space when the bags land. This must be a daydream. Max got me the mad plan. My team never lied on. Due a visit from the facts man. He be riding on the wave. I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pines ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Times money, money pays. You ain't ready for the 8th. She ain't ready for the 8th. He be riding on the wave. I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pines ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Times money, money pays. You ain't ready for the 8th. She ain't ready for the 8th. Fake clothes, same watch. Fake crepe, same fuck. Fake squad, same lots. But flop ain't what I'm on. Aim up, don't stop. We beat leveling. Proceeds increase heavily. Don't need this man's energy. I be the one, beat the one. I don't make a song to make a song. And the vibe is right. The mic will let me on to the sounds of light. I just make me strong in the line. Pick me first before I'm gone. I am straight sicker with the wordplay. Syllable spin, I don't fidget when I burst straight. Minimal talk when I work late. Fuck what you think by my work rate. Celebrate wins like a birthday. This is 3-6, got a mean list of the tracks. You man busy sleeping when I brainstorm as a plan. Link Tandy on the underground. I don't even have to ask. Miss laughing with my brother now. I ain't talking about Dan. Catch up when he lands. Snapshot with a fan. KL did a madness. Back soon going ham. Come see how we ride out. Short change but we smile proud. Been blazed for a while now. Stay ready for the jam. He be riding on the wave. I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pines ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Times money, money pays. You ain't ready for the 8th. She ain't ready for the 8th. He be riding on the wave. I ain't got a lot to say. Mine's heavy, give me space. Pines ready, let me blaze. Spend money, what a waste. Times money, money pays. You ain't ready for the 8th. She ain't ready for the 8th.
People who ride with you, get it live, who can paint that picture? Ain't no way we losing inches, climb them fences, get bruised up, got stitches, bring them back to their senses, know how the game go, checks and payrolls remain the same, no, forecast Eli, baby, time out, ride out, you can let them hate me, getting love everywhere we go, don't carry vendettas, doing everything better, step into the scene and they stuck like leather, groupies follow me.
And we are back at the Munich Audi Dome for the Adidas Next Generation Tournament. I'm Kevin Gillikin alongside Niels Jaeger. And Bayern down big, 29 points here after one half. Niels, what went wrong? Let's look through some of these stats from the first half for Bayern in Athens.
Yeah, I just took a look at some of the halftime stats. So there's a couple of things that jump out. So in regards to two-pointers, Athens is 68%, while Bayern has 42%. And Athens has just taken way more shots, has attempted 22 to 19. On the three-point side, Athens hasn't been shooting well, 27%, 3 of 11, but Bayern have shot miserably, 0 and 0 of 10 attempts. And then on the free throw line, Athens is just getting to the free throw line. They've been there 12 times, Bayern only 6 times, so it seems to me that Bayern needs to get more aggressive on the boards and just take the ball to the rack more aggressively. In regards to rebounds, short advantage for Bayern thanks to Desmond Yamu, who has 8 rebounds by himself. Bayern leading the rebounds with 21 to 16. And other than that, the turnovers have been the big factor. I mean, Bayern with 10 turnovers already, Athens just 3. So Bayern has played sloppily, not shot the ball well, and not been aggressive enough in getting to the hoop.
Well, we hope that they turn things around here in the second half. They've started off well with a missed shot there from Athens. And then another turnover and a layup for Servos. So we had a question right before the half, Niels, and the question was to talk a little bit about what these players go through in terms of practice. And maybe you can speak to that with you have some experience here with EBOM in Munich. What do they have to do, say, per week?
I mean, they practice basically on a professional level. Most of them practice 2 times a day, sometimes even 3 times, but I think for most of them it's 2 times a day. Of course, they have team practice, individual practice, physical practice, just working out. So it's a heavy schedule for these young men because, of course, most of them probably all of them are still going to school and have their exams to take and all that. So 2 times a day takes up a lot of time. I can speak from personal experience. My son, who plays on the IBAM team, you know, he comes home to sleep and to eat. That's basically it. Other than that, he's either at school or practicing. So there's a lot of practice involved. But of course, these guys, as we do, they really love the game. So it's, you know, doesn't feel like work for them most of the time. And then on the weekends, of course, they have games with their youth teams. And since most of the players we see here are, you know, let me say, talented above average, they also play for the men's team too, at least for the second team, sometimes for the first team. So they have, you know, at least 2 games on the weekend and at least 10 practices, usually more during the week. So that's quite a lot of time spent.
That is a lot of time. And it's crazy to think of these teenagers spending that much time. I think a lot of self-discipline. As the referees are having an issue because the shot clock had an issue. I think they didn't reset the shot clock once Athens regained possession, and I think Athens is just going to have to swallow that one down. When you have a 31-point lead, I think you just kind of deal with it. As it's laid up, and it just won't drop. Niels, it's just one of those days.
The basket seems like it's glued shut or something. But they are playing on another basket than in the first half, so I guess they're both playing on the same rims.
I think the baskets are pretty well biased so far.
Yeah.
Don't know what's up with that. Just won't fall, but Bayern regains possession. This is Dolic. Grusendorf, dribble drive. Kolev thought about a shot, didn't take it. In the corner, shot is up and out. Tied up. Good job by Yamu. Yamu's really been a bright spot for Bayern. He's just really, he's strong under the basket. He's always there for the rebounds, as you see with 8 rebounds, and he's involved there as well with the tie-up.
He's also leading the Bayern scores. I mean, just 6 points, but that's more than the others have managed to get on the scoreboard.
He has been a bright spot. Good strength under the basket. As there's another turnover for Bayern. Unfortunately, some things have not changed here in the second half. We're through 2 minutes, and Bayern has yet to score. Servos. Pass inside. Simon Turov, he's the star. Nice pass out. Shot is up, and it's in and out. Another rebound for Yamu.
It was a pretty shot. Didn't quite get it to fall. Thank God all those Bayern supporters.
Kolev.
Here comes Kolev with the dunk. Hopefully that's going to be some kind of emotional exclamation mark for the FC Bayern team, who has to find some way to get back into this game. They just need to get more aggressive.
That was a nice behind-the-back pass. Finished by Valsentona, but that pass from Tomazatos, as we watch the dunk again from Kolev. Dolic inside, Yamu, turnover. 7 minutes play here in the third quarter. Tomazatos with the ball. Looking for space. Good defense here from Wolf. On the perimeter. Servos. Left-handed dribble, drive, foul called. On the perimeter.
Sorry.
Checking in for Dolic is Falkenthal. He's got 3 fouls in the game. Was a leading scorer in the last game with 13 points. He's got 0 today. Let's see if he can pick up his contributions. Cross-court pass for Athens. Simon Turov, 3-point shot is short. I'm not sure why he keeps taking those. Shot clock expires. Simon Turov has been so good from everywhere else on the court, just not from deep. He has not been good from deep so far.
He led the Panathinaikos team in minutes as well as in points. Over 16 minutes played in the first half and 13 points. So he's the one player to watch, number 20 on the green side, on the Athens side.
0 for 4 from 3, though.
Good point.
He wants those 3-point shots. He's just not quite there yet. Shot is up, blocked. Yamu under the basket, lays it up and in. There he is again.
Strong.
Yamu, he is very much still in this game, despite a 29-point deficit. 6 minutes to play in the third. Out of bounds, off Bayern. Strong defense. Let us know if you have any other questions for Niels, our basketball expert here today. He'll also be coming back tonight for Bayern's game against the Next Generation Team Munich. You can ask him then as well. You can ask me about the food here at the Audi Dome. That's what I'm an expert for.
What do you think about the coffee we just got served here from the friendly people at FC Bayern?
I gotta give it a try. It's good.
Yeah, it's got a nice little like face on it.
Yeah.
You know, decoration.
Yeah, right. Shot clock expires. Yamu had it for a second. There's a fight for it, and they'll tie it up.
You know what they say about Fight Club? Don't talk about Fight Club.
One rule. 53-24. We have a full day of basketball.
What could be better? The streets are snowy, it's super cold outside, and we have 3 days of nonstop basketball with the best youth teams and youth academies all across Europe. Here's Samanturov going to the line, going to the hoop with a left finger roll.
Yeah, we have coming up next Alba Berlin versus Real Madrid. I think that's the best game of the tournament, perhaps.
Falkenthal, no luck. That's his fourth foul. Just picked up his fourth foul.
Offensive foul.
And he goes to the bench for Dominik Dolic.
At 3 o'clock today, Rasha from Ulm will face off against Armani Milan. At 5, Athens again will play against Zalgiris Kaunas, who look to take first place in Group B. And wrapping up the schedule on the second round and of the backcourt violation will be Next Generation Team Munich and FC Bayern Munich tonight at 7. That'll be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. The Next Generation Team Munich has got some real talent. They almost beat Zalgiris Kaunas, had a real chance to take first place in Group B. Not going to happen.
Next Generation Team Munich, by the way, does not mean that the players come from Munich. It just means that they were assembled here from different countries and teams all over Europe. I think the best players on that team are actually French. The two guys that caught my eye. One Italian guy. So it's an international team that was assembled, kind of like an all-star team from various teams who are not present at this tournament.
See another steal from Samanturov. Shot is up and in and out. We got another question for you, Niels. Someone asks, what is with Bayern's player Nikola Tomic?
I have to get back to you on that one. I don't really know.
Samanturov up ahead. And you'll see a quick timeout. Bayern, well, they're struggling today, ladies and gentlemen, but they're still fighting. We'll be back after a minute. And we're back. 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 57 for Athens, 24 for Bayern. Bayern, again, one of the more interesting stories of this tournament. And again, it's not just FC Bayern players here. In fact, it's really a mix of FC Bayern and players from IBAM, which is, again, a rival club. And Niels here is very well acquainted with IBAM. And Niels, I think you would say that they're pretty heavy rivals normally, right?
Yeah, it's the Blues against the Reds. So IBAM, the International Basketball Academy in Munich, usually plays in blue. Bayern, of course, typically in red. Maybe that's why they haven't had much luck here today, because they've been forced to play in white and gold for some reason. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Both teams are, you know how it is. They're the best two teams in the city. Actually, maybe the best two teams in southern Germany. There's some other good teams like Ludwigsburg and Ulm, but both teams from Munich are always considered among the top teams in the nation. So of course there's a rivalry going on, and coaches are competing for talent and for players. So it's actually quite a great story that they've managed, to come together here and collaborate in putting together this team. There's 4 players from the IBAM squad on the FC Bayern team right now, and 1 player that was borrowed from a team in East Germany called Jena. Other than that, the players are from Bayern, but the players, even though it doesn't look like it from the way they've played here so far, I know from what the coaches have told me and from what the players have told me that they've gelled quite well, and they're getting along great. So, that's a good sign. I mean, I think it's always great when there's a healthy rivalry, a crosstown rivalry going on. But then again, it's also great to see the players coming together and hanging out and having a good time together.
Grosendorf with a strong rebound, points scored. Now it's interesting, and 2 coaches as well come over from IBAM to join this.
Yeah, Robbie Scheinberg, who's usually the head coach on the IBAM side, as well as his assistant Camilo Rosenthal, who's like a physical trainer and helps the players get better individually. They're both sitting here on the bench with Coach Paulo Prestes and the Bayern team.
Do you think that that's anything that they considered would be as it rolls in for Brunetto, like a disadvantage, I suppose, to work together and so to kind of see the tricks of the trade from the other, kind of the secrets? I wonder if that was a bit of a
good point. Actually, the big NBBL, which is the under-19 national league here in Germany, the top league. So the big game between these 2 crosstown rivals is coming up in February when the Bayern team takes on the IBAM team. It's actually a home game for IBAM this time around. The first game was won by IBAM. The second game, we'll see. But good point. Of course, both coaches were able to see the tricks of the trade from the other coaches, right, and get a feel for some of the best players on both teams. So I think they both have a disadvantage, but also they both have the same advantage. So it ends up evening out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, it's a cool thing to see, and as you look at these players on the court, you see some players from Italy, players from Nigeria. It's a pretty diverse squad, pretty international squad.
Very international. There's players from Germany, of course, but then also from Slovenia, from Croatia, from Nigeria. Who am I forgetting? From Bulgaria. 1 player from Italy. So very diverse squad here from Munich.
And it's something that I had heard. I don't know if you told me earlier, or someone else was saying that there's now, on top of the academy, it's also I suppose you'd call it a boarding school.
It's kind of like a campus, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, like a campus for some of these youth players here in Munich. That's new. That's a shot made by Brunetto.
He's finding his touch here, the big fella, Brunetto. I love it when the big guys have a nice shooting touch like that. The scouts, they salivate over these types of players, 2 meters 10, so who have the height, but who also have the shooting ability to really shoot over their opponents. He just has to find that range consistently. I think he shot 2 of those yesterday, 1 of them today. He just needs more touches and a little bit more confidence in his game. Let's see if the one he hit will inspire him to do more. Here comes Dolic.
Okay, we're getting a little bit of a run here from Bayern. Bayern definitely has better energy now than they've had perhaps the entire game. Couple nice plays. Brunetto, now Dolic.
Picks up his fourth foul with a minute to go in the third quarter.
Well, you got 4 fouls for your top 2 point guards. You're going to start seeing Pesic out here, one of the other top 3 point guards. So you're going to, you could have some serious trouble in the fourth quarter in terms of fouls. Bayern now with 5 fouls, a minute 19 to play in the third.
And also all of these point guards that we're talking about from the Bayern side, everybody kind of brings a different skill set or different tools to the game. I think Pesic for me is the one with the best court vision and the ability to give the best assists, while Dolic is probably the player who brings the most energy and who's able to create a lot of havoc on the defensive end as well as the offensive end, while Falkenthal seems to me to be probably the best scorer among these 3 players, even though he hasn't been able to show it today, but he's not scared of taking on responsibility and taking those big shots. He hasn't hit him today.
Minute 11 left, third quarter. Bayern down 26.
Come on.
Brunetto, short. Good fight for the rebound, Nico Onikwere.
It's cool he took it though.
Yep. Good fight. Ball goes out on Athens. Nice attempt from Brunetto. Almost turned it over. 54 seconds left. This is Dolic. Dolic
from
3.
Downtown. And the big guy. Watch him dunk this.
He dunks it, but tied up first. Conversation with the officials.
Coach Presta is losing his voice over there on the sidelines. Interesting fellow, tall guy as you can see. He's what is he? Must be at least 2'8", 210 maybe. Former professional from Brazil. He played for many years in the ACB in Spain. I think for 10 years in the Spanish league as well as in Lithuania and other places. And now he's here at Bayern in charge of the under 19 and the under 18 squad.
Onikwere from the line, looking to make his second. Oh boy.
Oh, he kind of chucked that. Whoa.
I think he was looking for the rebound on that one. What do you think?
Interesting strategic choice.
Well, he airballed the first one, and I think maybe he lost confidence. I think he was trying to throw it to himself off the backboard.
We were talking about the beautiful form of his and shape of his shot before for such a big guy.
Not on that one. 40 seconds left in the third quarter here at the Munich Audi Dome. You're watching the Adidas Next Generation Tournament. Athens has played a very strong game. Up and in. Good take from Toliatos. Led by their star, Samet Turov. He's got 17 points. Definitely one of the top talents in this tournament. Dolic, Brunetto, dribble drive, takes a shot from the free throw line. Oh, in and out. 1 second, it's up, and it's almost in. Avdalas almost got it at the buzzer, but he didn't quite make it in. We'll be back for the fourth quarter right after this.
On the verse, double the check. I wanted this, then I got this. I want that, I'ma get that. This how I look when you threaten and kill it. I gave a warning and they didn't listen. I'm at the ceiling, that's independent. She in the feelings and that's when they finish. I've been around in your cities and states. I taking down on your biddies today. I wanna crown for the busiest days. You just a clown with your minimum wage work. This how I go and you pop it. This how I go and you hot. Funnier now and I drop it. None of the numbers can drop. She be on me and that's true, but I'ma go finish on top. You get what you want when you pop it. You do what you want when you hot. This how I go when you pop it. This how I go when you hot. Funny I now when I drop it. None of the numbers gon' drop. She be on me and that's true, but I'ma go finish from top. You get what you want when you poppin'. You do what you want when you hot. I just spit quick, but the lines are slick. Get 'em on a regular like which one hits. Minute on the record don't sound like this, but it still hits. I don't miss, I just go, go, go like a go-go flow. And I'm almost known, and I told you so. When I throw these flows like it's Rochambeau, and I ain't too close to the Joe Smo goes. And I'm not in the middle when I'm hot with a riddle that I got. Just a minute when I stop and the pivot that I got is a mission. You not in the winners on top, go the distance you flap. There's a different time on my grind. That is all the time. I do not do breaks. That's right, I stay in dry. And look, I'm back with a little bit of that, and a little more cash than it came with. Ready, that cat is out that bad, but I still ask you, the boy got skills. I don't need her, I don't need him, I don't need help with me. I got this. I can sing songs, I can spit raps, and I can do both. Even do this word. This how I go and you pop it. This how I go and you hot. Funny now and I drop it. None of the numbers can drop. See me on me and that's true, but I'ma go finish on top. You get what you want when you pop it. You do what you want when you hot. This how I go and you pop it. This how I go and you hot. Funny now when I drop it. None of the numbers can drop. She be on me and it's true, but I'ma go finish from top. You get what you want when you pop it. You do what you want when you hot.
10 minutes to play in the game. They've had a bit of spunk of energy here in the last few minutes. Let's see if they can continue that. At the very least, head into their final game of this round. Nice pass, good play there. Boy, they need more of that. Good finish from Varner. Great pass from Dolic.
Just had a look at the stats after 3 quarters played. Panathinaikos with 12 assists. FC Bayern with just 5. Bayern, on the other hand, leading on the rebound side of things with 34 versus 23. 10 blocked shots for Panathinaikos, 5 for FC Bayern. And then the big theme of the game, 12 turnovers for Panathinaikos, which is a lot, but a whopping 24 turnovers on the FC Bayern side so far. In regards to three-point percentage, both of them not really playing a stellar game here. 3 of 18 for Panathinaikos and 1 of 16 for FC Bayern. On the 2-point field goals, Athens with 21 attempts and Bayern with just 13, which doesn't seem like a lot.
No, it's not been a clean game for Bayern, but it's been a much cleaner few minutes. Let's see if they can continue this. They look much more fluid. That shot is up. Rebound to Bayern.
I always like to see my guy Dolic out there. I always have the feeling that when he's out there, they play with more energy and more poise. And he tries to make things happen. Number 3 on the FC Bayern side.
He does have 4 fouls. Let's hope he is able to stay in there the rest of the quarter or as long as possible. Servos with the ball for Athens. Samanturov thought about taking it. Back to Servos. Kostenis. Pass inside, tied up. Great behind the back pass.
That was a Jokic type.
I was just going to say,
pass, right?
Is that Nikola Jokic in the 11? What a pass. Another. I got to shout out my guy, Nikola Jokic. I'm a Denver Nuggets fan, born and raised in Denver. 2-time MVP, looks like it'll be 3-time. One of the best, nice shot from Dolic. One of the best European players of all time already. And I think, what is he now, 28 years old?
Yeah, you as an American, player. What do you think about the play of the Europeans in the NBA this season?
It's incredible. Good grief! You have. I mean, Doncic is my second favorite player, at least for someone not on my team, obviously. And I just love how he plays. I love his fire, toughness.
You got Jokic, Doncic, and then of course Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I think it's safe to say that the top 3 players in the NBA right now are all coming.
Yeah, that's a great point.
from Europe. So the game is getting more and more international every year, and it's this year the dominance of the European players in the NBA just seems to be even more impressive than usual. So a lot of these players that we're seeing here at the ANGT are likely to have international careers, and some of them are likely to end up in the NBA one day. I mean, from all the players you've seen so far, would you say there's one that sticks out at you where you would say, I think that guy really has a shot?
That's a really good question. Of the games I've watched, obviously some of the players for Real, I'd say Hugo Gonzalez, maybe the most impressive I watched. Just looks the part. He looks very much a professional player. I really like Jack Kale from Alba Berlin. Got a really good shot, just a pure scorer. I'd say he's the best scorer I've seen in this tournament. I like Linus Ruf, also from Alba Berlin. That's a nice shot from Wolf.
I'm looking forward to that game, Real versus Alba, coming up next, because I have not seen the games that Real has played so far, and only got a short glimpse of Alba yesterday. From the players that I've seen so far, number 20, Saman Turov, that we're seeing here on the Panathinaikos side of things in the green jersey. The guy with the ball right now, he's been the one that really caught my eye. He's had no luck from shooting from downtown, from the outside, but other than that, his game is silky smooth, and he seems to have the size and the skill set to take him places.
Yep, no, absolutely. 19 points. Really under control under the basket. He has several moves that he can take.
And for a tall player, he just has a great control of the ball, and his release is super clean.
And those long arms. He had a very nice highlight dunk, I think, in the first quarter. That will reach the highlight reel of this tournament.
He stuffed it over number 15, I think it was, Philip Rose, who's back on the court now.
Athens back with it. Under 7 here to play. Saman Turov still on the court, which is maybe a little surprising with such a big
There we
lead.
go.
And
Nope.
0 for 5.
Nope.
He knows there's scouts in the building, and he wants to show them he can shoot the 3, but so far it's backfired. Dolic to the hoop. Nice take. But Dolic has had a couple of very nice takes to the basket. Left-handed layup. He's got 9 points.
He's leading all scorers on the FC Bayern side, the young point guard, number 3.
If Yamu gets a few more points, 2 more points, he'll have a double-double. He's got 11 rebounds, 8 points. Shot from deep, no good from Servos. Brunetto.
Come on, Brunetto, take it coast to coast. Show us what you got.
Niels' favorite player. That's up and no good. Tipped out by Rus, but right to Saman Turov, who almost loses control. And she will say backcourt violation. That is the official.
Here's Falkenthal checking back into the game for probably Dominik Dolic. Yep. Point guard for point guard.
Dolic could be done for the game. Bayern again will play later tonight. 2 games in a day. They'll play at 7 o'clock Munich time against the next generation team Munich, which again, as Neil said earlier, that does not mean they're a Munich team. They're just kind of an all-star team, I suppose you could say, that was formed for this tournament in Munich. Fun team to watch. They almost took first place in Group B already, but just barely lost to Zalgiris Kaunas.
Obviously, since they're an all-star team, they haven't had a lot of time to practice together, which is a disadvantage in regards to all the other teams here. But, they've gelled well.
Nice layup from Rus. Bayern players down big, 5 minutes left. They're just going to be looking to finish this game out on a positive note. Pass inside. Good ball movement here from Athens. Brunetto ends up with the rebound. He'll control it. Brings it up the court. Long-limbed Italian, Brunetto, number 10. Falkenthal. Rus.
Oh yeah, take it up, big fella.
He does.
Nice.
Bucket and a foul.
That's his game. When he has the opportunity to really take advantage of his physical strength, and he has the opportunity to push some people out of the way with his elbows, then he has a nice touch around the rim. And he's got to gain a little bit more confidence in his game, because he's actually pretty good at doing these types of things when he's under the basket. He just has to do it more.
He's got a big body. A bit of a flat shot on the free throw. Goes long. 22-point lead. 5 minutes to play.
Does that mean that Bayern has scored more points in the second half?
Yes. I think so. Shot from very deep. Rebound Brunetto again. He's gotten several here in the last few. Almost traveled. Throws it up. No good. Rebound Ruiz. Ruiz playing strong underneath here in the last few minutes. Falkenthal. Dribble drive, left-handed, looking for the layup. Takes a jumper instead. That's blocked.
He's not scared
Ruiz
to take the
still
shot,
fighting
but he
with
gets
it.
blocked.
Controlled by Tomazatos. In the corner. Now controlled again. Shot from deep, and that's short. Rebound off of Bayern. That will go back to Athens.
So on the upside of things, Bayern has played actually an okay second half, considering they were down by over 20 points in the first half. They've done an okay job in the second half. Or maybe just Panathinaikos slowed down a little bit and is in cruise control.
No, it's a good point. They've looked much better, especially in the last 10 minutes or last 12 minutes or so. Not good enough to come back with 4 minutes to play, as you see a layup there from Athens. But again, I think you have to feel better about this if you're Coach Prestes, that at least they're ending on a high note, you know, as Brunetto takes a long three and drills it.
My guy,
There's
Brunetto.
your guy.
See, that's why he's my favorite player. He likes to take those crazy shots.
As again, Bayern only down 21. Foul on the perimeter. Bayern has now 3 team fouls. Athens with 1.
So Kevin, 21 points, 3 minutes to go. How much money would you bet on them coming back in the next 3 minutes?
Maybe 50 cents.
Not too much. Huh?
Not too much. No, that's pretty unlikely, I think. But it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I wonder. It's a good question. In 3 minutes, what's the biggest comeback ever?
All they'd have to do is draft Reggie Miller, put Spike Lee in the first row.
That's exactly
and
right.
then we'd have a shot.
Oh, a nice take and finish from Varner. And again, boy, this is exactly what you want to see from Munich. This is how you finish. You finish strong. Finish with some positives. They haven't turned the ball over here in the last quarter, not as much. Strong takes to the basket.
Yeah, they're
finishing.
Need some positive energy and just some good thoughts going into their last game tonight at 7 p.m. And they've been doing a good job at it so far. You're not putting their head down too much, but really making the best of a bad situation.
Well, and Bayern's going to be the underdogs again, unquestionably, as a foul called. Set the screen a little too hard. 3 team fouls now for Athens. The next generation team, Munich, will likely be the favorites. I imagine they played Kaunas very tight. They're a
Did they win yesterday's game?
They did. Yeah, they won fairly handily. Dribble drive. Back to Falkenthal. Brunetto looking for a shot. And a foul. That will be the 4th team foul. It's on the floor. 20-point deficit, 2 minutes left.
Amazing but true. Even though he hasn't played a whole lot, Brunetto only needs 1 basket to be the highest scorer on the FC Bayern side.
That's when you're a 3-point specialist. Way up ahead, but out of control. Stolen by Falkenthal. Bayern's got a chance to do the same. Fast break on the other side. Pass out. Deep shot, and it's good. That's Wolf. That's 10 points for Wolf, and he will jump to the leading scorer.
A little internal competition here between Dolic, Wolf, and Brunetto.
The ball goes back to Bayern. Here we go. Boy, Bayern, they're doing what you want to see. They were down big, I think, all the way down by 30 points at one point here in the second half. Falkenthal. They've held Athens to, I believe, 23 points in the half. I got to look that up to be sure, but I think they had 50 in the first half. As that ball's thrown away. 2-on-1. Niku's coming. Niku, nice strong rebound, and then he throws it away. There are the pros and cons of the very young in basketball terms.
In any terms, he's only 16 years old. He's even younger than most of the players he's competing against.
Crazy.
Here.
So he's got room to grow as well. This could be a very large man by the time he's finished. Just gotta, kind of learn the intricacies of basketball a little bit more with time. Tumazatos, Adamapulo, in and out. 1 minute to play. Dribble drive, Brunetto. Doesn't go.
Fouled on it.
But he's fouled.
And goes to the line 3 times.
All right, Brunetto, if he makes all 3, will become the leading scorer. Let's see how his free throw shot looks. Very lanky Italian. Niels, we have a question from Swedish Nation 089. In your opinion, who's the best player of each team in the moment? Well, Niels hasn't been here for every game. Niels is kind of our Bayern expert. But I know, Niels, you've been really impressed for sure with Simon Turov.
Simon Turov is the best player I've seen so far in this tournament, and I'm really looking forward to see the young point guard. I think he's a point guard on the Real Madrid side, Gonzalez. A lot of people talking about his game so far, as well as several of the players on the Alba Berlin side. So also the Select team, Select Munich team, has 2 French guys who are played really well so far. We're going to see them again later this evening at 7 p.m.
Diawara, I think it big, strong, fast forward for the Next Generation Team Munich. Eriksson also, nice take and a foul.
Do you see how he went to work aggressively with his back there? That's something he has to do.
Strong guy.
Just, basically every time he touches the ball. He's got such a physical advantage down low, and I haven't seen him really access that aggressive side of himself too much in these first 2 Bayern games. So I'm hoping he can, evolve into that player who just knows that he can basically take on anyone physically, and when he's so close to the basket, he just has to take advantage of that way more.
For those asking, again, coming up next in really 15 to 20 minutes, we will have a very good game, should be at least, Alba Berlin against Real Madrid. Real Madrid, Hugo Gonzalez, several other star players, as always. Really the class of the EuroLeague and of the under-18s as well. Alba Berlin, though, again, they've really been my favorite team of the tournament so far. A couple real stars on that team. Linus Ruff, Jack Caio. Has it up and good at the buzzer. That will finish us off here. 75 Athens, 58 for Bayern. Bayern will come back and play later, as will Athens. They both play 2 games today. We will be here for both of those games, as well as the games coming up, including up next, Alba Berlin versus Real Madrid. Niels will be back tonight.
Looking forward to see you, Kevin, again later tonight for the second Bayern game when they take on the All-Star team. I'm going to stick around just to get a little feel for Alba Berlin and Real Madrid. This game should really be something special.
Niels, it's been fun. I'll see you later. Everybody else, I'll see you in a few minutes. Alba Berlin, Real Madrid, up next.
Thanks, man.
got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch our touchdown. Pulling blends out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed. The cut down is for us now. Have to work something cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans. Partners trying to